Hello everyone and good day to you. This is Roger with Grubus Games Unlimited, the creator of Dungeon Crusade and the Avalon Adventure board game, and welcome back to this brand new series on how to set up and play both the Avalon Adventure board game and Dungeon Crusade. I hope you enjoyed that introduction video to the series, and I want to thank everyone for the very nice comments on it. I'm very grateful to you. You know, I was trying to cover so many aspects of the game in that introduction video and do it briskly. I wanted to get new people up to speed on the game, especially for new people just finding out about the game. But it was a lot of fun to make, and I hope you enjoyed it. But moving on with this new video in the series, I am very happy that you are here, and I hope everyone's doing great, like I said. I want to welcome some new subscribers to the channel, and I want to thank you very much for subscribing. And if you're here just checking out the video series, the game, of course, we greatly welcome you. Feel free to subscribe to the channel by just clicking the button below so you can stay up to date on this ongoing series. Before we begin, I wanted to touch base with you on a few things. This new video is the overview for both the Avalon Adventure board game and Dungeon Crusade. I have been asked so many times, what is the Avalon Adventure board game? What do you do in the Avalon Adventure board game? Does that tie in with Dungeon Crusade? How do you obtain victory in Dungeon Crusade? Do you have to play the Avalon Adventure board game before playing Dungeon Crusade? I could keep going, but you get the picture. So some people are a little uncertain of what both of these games exactly are. So by the end of this overview video, you're going to know exactly what both of these games are, the experience you'll have with your heroes, how to obtain victory in both of these games, be introduced to some of the creative and unique game mechanics in both of these games, and yes, the biggest thing, what the heck is Celebration Day? We're going to touch on all of this for you, and I think we'll have a good time in the process. Lastly, this video, as you're going to see, was a bit time-consuming to put together. There was a lot of narration that I had to script out, a lot of different video cuts that show you what I wanted and needed to show you for the overview video, and a few other things. The video that follows this is going to be the components you are going to need to play the Avalon Adventure board game and how to set it up. So basically, we're going to be at the table for everything and filming just that. My point is the videos are going to come out much more quickly for you since we're going to be at the table doing setup and how to play. Okay, without further ado, let's proceed with the overview video on the Avalon Adventure board game and Dungeon Crusade. I think you're really going to enjoy this. Starting off this overview, the first thing a player needs to know before playing either of these games is they need to make a decision. You see, there are two ways to play Dungeon Crusade. The first way is to go directly into playing Dungeon Crusade. You'll pick a scenario. Your heroes will start out here in the village with some gold for a shopping phase. They'll get to purchase some gear, potions, torches, blessings, and a few other things. After that, they head directly into the dungeon to start their adventure and complete the quests they have been tasked with. The second way, which is the highly recommended way to experience this game, is to play the Avalon Adventure board game first. Then if your heroes survive their journey throughout Avalon, you will import your heroes into Dungeon Crusade. They will start out in the village as previously shown. For the overview video, we're going to start with the Avalon Adventure board game and then move into Dungeon Crusade. During this overview of the Avalon Adventure board game, I would like to touch on a few aspects of this game that I think you'll enjoy learning about, and of course, how to be victorious in this game. The Avalon Adventure board game is a highly thematic and creative choose-your-own-adventure type of game that offers unlimited replayability. This game gave me a chance to draw the player into the lore and world building I created for the land of Avalon. Also, as a side note, you will be mixing some of your Dungeon Crusade content in with some of the Avalon Adventure board game content. The hero's goal in this game is to recover the 3 runes of eternity for Father Jova that are randomly scattered throughout Avalon. These runes will shatter the curse on the dungeon and will allow the heroes to enter and vanquish the evil within. But keep in mind, there are also fake runes mixed in with the runes of eternity. To randomly scatter the runes, you will draw 3 adventure cards from the green region, the yellow-tan region, and the red region. You will then flip over all the tokens, shuffle them, and place them in the locations noted on the adventure cards that were drawn. The heroes must then journey to the many different locations in Avalon, such as dungeons, towers, runes, crypts, forests, groves, villages, tombs, castles, and many other places in Avalon to flip over the tokens and discover if they found a rune of eternity or a fake one. As a side note, if the heroes ever discover one of the fake runes, a blue rune, they can cash that in at any time and re-roll any 1 die roll for a new result. Each time the heroes enter into a new location, they will experience a unique event, encounter, battle, or some type of lore about Avalon. There are over 259 unique events and encounters just in this game. You will never see the same game twice. There are many battles your heroes may experience throughout their journey in Avalon. When an entry on an adventure card has the word battle, a player will be using the battle board for the combat that will be taking place. Your heroes can also find many different things of value as they journey across Avalon, such as gold, different types of loot, and rejuvenation potions. When you import your heroes into Dungeon Crusade, if they survive the land of Avalon that is, they can take everything they discovered in Avalon into Dungeon Crusade. There's also a treasure chest system in the Avalon Adventure board game. Here we can see the bronze treasure chest deck, the silver treasure chest deck, and finally the gold treasure chest deck. As the treasure chests go up, the heroes can find more valuable and rare pieces of loot. In the bronze treasure chests, your heroes can expect to find a good amount of white, uncommon gear, a few pieces of green, uncommon gear, 1 piece of blue, rare gear, and there could be a few pieces of junk loot in the bronze treasure chest deck. Moving up to the silver treasure chest deck, your heroes can expect to find a good amount of green, uncommon gear, a few pieces of rare blue gear, 1 piece of epic purple gear, and yes, again, possibly a few pieces of junk loot. Finally, moving up to the gold treasure chest deck, your heroes can expect to find a good amount of blue, rare gear, a few pieces of epic purple gear, 1 piece of legendary gear, orange, and yes, possibly a few pieces of junk loot. And know that each time you play, the treasure chest decks are all randomized, so you'll always see something new in them. If one of your heroes ever perishes in the land of Avalon, there is an angel that will resurrect them. However, there's only a limited amount of times that this angel can resurrect heroes. The first time the angel resurrects a hero, a player must place the red marker token on the first space of the fate track. Each time the angel has to resurrect a hero, a player must move that token up by 1. If the token ever reaches the skull at the end of the fate track, the hero's adventure is immediately over. When the heroes enter into an unexplored area, they will draw that matching adventure card, roll 1d12, and find that entry on the adventure card and experience that particular event. After the event is over, a player will place a red tracking token in this region. This indicates that this is now an explored area. If there is a rune in this region, a player is now permitted to reveal if this is a rune of eternity or one of the blue ones. If the heroes ever return to an explored region, you will find the matching adventure card and now roll 1d6 and find that entry on the adventure card. A quick Crusader tip is, you really don't want to move your heroes into an explored area. You should always want to move them into an unexplored area, and you'll learn why when you play the game. Once your heroes locate the 3 runes of eternity, they must traverse back to Hope's Reach to meet with Father Jova. At that time, a player may import their heroes into Dungeon Crusade. And remember, everything they found in the land of Avalon can carry over into Dungeon Crusade. Also, if the heroes found any treasure chests in their journey, you can reveal those now. Ooh, nice. Whoa. Woot. What? Whatever. When you import your heroes into Dungeon Crusade, as we discussed before, you place them on the village board. Before they descend into the dungeon, they can purchase and sell gear to the blacksmith. They can visit the bazaar and buy various potions and torches. The heroes can also visit the temple and receive a possible blessing for a price. And please note, the House of Chance is a gambling hall. The heroes are not permitted to gamble upon reaching the village for the first time. It doesn't look good to the villagers for their saviors to be in the House of Chance, gambling their gold away while monsters are attacking their village. The heroes may only enter into the House of Chance on Celebration Day, which we will be discussing shortly. When a player is finished conducting business in the village with their heroes, it is time to enter into the dungeon for the heroes to complete the quests they have been tasked with from the villagers. I would highly recommend to start with Scenario 1, Into the Depths. I designed this to be, in a way, a tutorial scenario, and I did want to show you the very unique and creative scenario system. Before we get to the dungeon, I briefly wanted to touch on this for you. Even before playing the Avalon Adventure board game, or right before you play, you would go through the scenario book and select one of the scenarios. There are 6 different difficulties and 3 different game modes a player can select. You can adjust and tweak every option and create almost an unlimited amount of game variants. We'll save this for when we get to Dungeon Crusade. But I did want to touch on this for you and let you take a look at this. I think you'll enjoy all the different ways that you can play Dungeon Crusade with this scenario system. You can create a game session where it's totally easy, like a cakewalk, or create a game environment that's soul-crushingly difficult and everything in between. We are now going to move into the overview of Dungeon Crusade and discuss how you and your heroes can obtain victory. For you and your heroes to be victorious in Dungeon Crusade, you must complete the 3 quest types found on each of the quest tables. Down here, these are called Elder Globes. They glow from red to green. We'll discuss those in a moment. But here you can see quest tables level 1, there's quest table level 2, and quest table level 3. As you would expect, your heroes will be up against much tougher and fierce monsters and creatures as the quest tables go up. Each quest table has a main quest, a side quest, and a Kill the Guardians quest. When you look at a scenario, it will tell you to pull a particular main quest and a particular side quest for each of the quest tables. There is no quest card associated with the Kill the Guardians quest. A player sets a quota for how many guardians will spawn per quest table. This was in the scenario book. Let's take a look at that real quick. Here is that entry in the scenario book for the guardians per quest table. Notice the difficulty too, from novice all the way up to master. And please know, you could go off this. There are 8 guardians in Dungeon Crusade, so you could have 7 or 8 spawn. For your first game though, I would recommend having 1. But the Kill the Guardians quest is this. Supposingly we set 2 guardians for our game session. Once those 2 guardians spawn and our heroes killed them, that would complete the Kill the Guardians quest. We would then flip over that token to the closed book side, as you'll see. And while we were here, I wanted to show you some quest cards. So remember we were talking about the main quest and side quest? So our scenario would tell us to pull certain quest cards. Right here you can see there's an icon for the main quest, and over here there's one for the side quest. These symbols here, they'll tell you what dungeon board that's associated with. And of course that's the name of the quest. Here's the story I wrote. On the reverse side, you can see the yellow and the red crystal. That goes with the quest tables. If you see a green crystal, that's level 1 for quest table 1. Yellow, of course, is level 2, and the red is for level 3. There's your objective and how to set up the quest. Those are the rewards for completing the quest. Your heroes will be working on completing quests on quest table 1 starting out in the dungeon. As they complete a certain quest, you will flip the quest token over to the closed book side. This signifies that this quest has been completed. When all of the quests have been completed on that quest table, or we could say books have been closed, you will flip the Elder Globe from the red side, which signifies evil in the dungeon, to the green side, which signifies there is purity in the dungeon for the moment. When this occurs, notice this track here. This is the teleport track. This is when the heroes will be teleported within a few turns to the village for Celebration Day. What you will do is place a red marker token on the 3. This means within 3 turns, the heroes will be teleported to the village for Celebration Day. Let's discuss Celebration Day now. When the heroes are teleported to the village, this is when the villagers welcome them back and throw a huge celebration for them for their heroic deeds. At this time, a player will draw 1 Celebration Day gift card, and hopefully the villagers have given them a quite valuable gift. Keyword, hopefully. On Celebration Day, it's pretty much like it was when they started out in the village at the beginning of the game. They can purchase and sell gear to the blacksmith, But also there's crafting and mining in Dungeon Crusade. If your heroes have the proper materials, the blacksmith can craft power gems that they could plug into certain sockets of weapons and gear. They could head back to the temple to receive another blessing, but also they can receive healing and have afflictions removed. They could visit the bazaar again to stock up on various potions and if they need some torches. But there are also some new things your heroes can do in the village. They can visit the academy to gain new special abilities. They can turn in life force tokens. Think of life force like XP, and they can level up to the next level. They can sleep at the tavern to recover their essence. A hero's essence bar is located on the bottom of their hero card. And at this time, they may enter into the House of Chance and play one randomly selected game. And as you can see, there's no pressure during Celebration Day. There's no timer or anything like that. So feel free to conduct all the business you need to do with your heroes. And when you're finished in the village, it's time to head back into the dungeon to work on Quest Table 2 and Quest Table 3. Let's head back over to the quest tables and wrap up our overview. When the heroes return to the dungeon after the first Celebration Day, you may want to work on the quests on Quest Table 2. And just like we discussed before, when the books are closed from completing those quests, the heroes will have one final Celebration Day. Then they will make their final descent into the dungeon and complete the last quests on Quest Table 3. So to wrap this up, when all of the books are closed and all of the Elder Globes glow green, a player and their heroes are victorious in Dungeon Crusade. But do remember, you'll never see the same game twice in Dungeon Crusade. While the dungeon may be static, everything that goes into this dungeon, everything is completely randomized from game to game. Before we wrap up the overview video, I want to take the time to show you some of the creative and unique game mechanics within Dungeon Crusade you can look forward to. I hope you enjoy. Okay, all, this wraps up our overview of the Avalon Adventure board game and Dungeon Crusade. I hope you enjoyed all of this and learned quite a bit about both of these games. I want to apologize for the delay getting this video out, but I think you can see how well it turned out. We wanted to take the time and do this overview video the right way and touch on many different aspects of both of these games. Trust me, there is so much more to say, but we will learn about all of that in the setup and how to play videos for both the Avalon Adventure board game and Dungeon Crusade. As I've been mentioning, the next video that will follow is going to be the components you're going to need and how to set up the Avalon Adventure board game. All of the following videos will not take as long as it did with the introduction video and this overview video. We're going to be right here at the table, and we don't need to create all these different types of videos, script things out, and do a narration over it. Everything is right here at the table that we're going to need, so it's going to go much more quickly for you. I want to thank everyone for your friendship, time, interest, excitement, and support with both of the games. We're going to be getting right on the other videos in this series and get them out as quickly as we can for you. I hope everyone has a great day, stay safe, and happy gaming. And I will be talking to you very soon. Bye-bye.